And we're live.
Social-
Simultaneously, social distancing.
High five.
High five. We've already discussed, we don't have cooties. We have sheltered in.
Yeah, we have. We have really sheltered in. And I am ready for this. Let's just bring it
Phase
on.
2.
Yep. Phase
Get
2.
me out.
Yeah. Let's do it. So, everybody on Leanne's channel, we got 2 phones going right now.
We do.
Got 2 phones.
We're like tech wizards.
And I have my AirPod in my right ear, and she has my AirPod in her left ear.
And we have a
And
microphone
we have a microphone here. So
connected. So let us know if you can hear
if
us.
you can hear us on both channels, then
Yeah. We're simulcasting.
we ain't
Okay.
right. We're just not right.
We aren't right. So everybody on Saving Dinner, you know Marlo
That
Silly,
one
of
is
course.
tricky because it will fall.
Oh, we don't want that.
Don't
No.
let it fall, love. Just let it be.
Let it be.
There it is.
Let it be. Okay, you're good.
Okay.
All right. And Mark is here working the camera, and he's going to, if you have a question, feel free to post it. He'll let us know what
'Cause
they
we
are.
can't
'cause
see
we
the
can't see the
comments.
comments at all. Right.
No comments.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear on my side, too?
Hi, giggling girl. They
Hi,
hear you. They
hi
hear you.
giggling.
They hear you.
Yeah, we do
Like,
that.
Hello, giggling girl.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's us.
Now, what we really need is 2 sets of AirPods.
Oh, my gosh.
And then we wouldn't need that microphone, and we'd just trade up.
Next time we get
Next
together.
week, you have one of mine, and I have one of yours, and we're good to go.
How about that? We are defying everything.
And you are 6 feet.
We are
6
6 feet. High five, and we high fived.
Yep.
There it is.
Oh,
Here we are. It feels so good
it
to
does.
be here.
It does feel good.
And it feels good to, no offense, Mark, but it's nice to see somebody else's face.
Hey, Robert's been retired for 11 years now.
That's
so.
true.
So-
Well, we're together all the time too, but it's just nice to get out. We're ready. We're ready to have the next phase. Now, we get out May 8th, right? Isn't that what our
I
governor's
think May
saying?
the 8th. Yep.
Yeah. May 8th. So today is the 4th, so we got 4 more days of this.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
what better time to do a hot melt sprint?
Totally.
Yeah.
May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with
Oh,
us.
yeah, it's Luca's birthday too.
Who?
Luca, Kathy and Jack's grandson.
Oh,
Today's the 4th. He was born May the 4th.
so he's 1 now.
No, he's 3.
3?
He might be 4.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, happy birthday, Luca. My birthday's coming up in
Yeah.
9 days,
Yes.
but we're
We
not
will-
going to say how old I am. I don't care.
I don't either.
At this
Hey,
point, hey.
On my next birthday, I'll be 65, so I get to choose Medicare, Medicaid, whatever.
Mark just
You
turned
figure it out,
65.
let me know, would you?
I
Yeah,
will.
he just turned and has no idea.
No, Robert will tell me. So
Yeah, give you the ins and outs. So funny. Every stage in life has something different.
I'm ready for something different right now.
So am I.
Really ready.
Really ready. Super ready. I posted a thing for hydration, a hydration kind of a thing. It's in the Sprint. You should take a look at that. But I hope everybody sees that. I had a picture of, I showed you how to break it down so you got the proper amount of hydration in. What I'm seeing from all the, we have like almost 3,000 people.
Oh,
in there.
wow.
There's just so many people. What I'm seeing is the success comes from the folks who hydrate. And
That's
follow the
always been the
guidelines.
case. That's for all the years that I've been charting how much water I drink. When I stay within my boundaries of 64 to 100 ounces, that's when I lose weight.
Yeah, your body just is happy to get rid of it.
And that's where you get rid of the salt intake. Where the water goes, the salt goes. Where the salt goes, the water goes.
True.
So when you're eating salt and not drinking enough water to flush it through, then you're going to start swelling.
Yeah, and you want to be, especially, and I do want to mention this because for a lot of us, there's going to be the low carb flu. It's going to happen.
I've never
know?
had it though.
You haven't? That's good.
I've never had it.
Good. I think it's because you've always been a good water drinker. I think
Yeah.
that has a lot to do
I
with
think
it.
it has a whole lot to do with it. So drinking your water keeps you muscles from aching, all this stuff. So
Look right
we've
behind
got
you.
to stay hydrated.
Mhm.
We've got birds coming.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
all
so
behind you.
We have to stay hydrated. And, you know, part of the hydration thing and part of the thing that we need to do is get the appropriate amount of sodium and do that with a good salt, like a good pink Himalayan salt. And also take your magnesium.
Oh, magnesium is
It's everything.
it.
Makes you feel good.
Without it, your muscles ache. And I use Epsom salts
So do I.
in my bath every night. Just about 10 ounces of Epsom salt I put in my bath every night.
I put 4 cups in.
Oh, wow.
I can
You
float away.
detoxifying.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what. And I get out of there and I feel like you could pour me into bed. I am just liquid at that point.
Well, that's when we like to take our baths as part of our before bed routine to relax us, and it makes a big difference.
It does. It makes a huge difference. You got any questions there?
He needs an
The
umbrella.
sun's making it a challenge to see the screen, but you're good.
Good. We're not hating the sun. It's beautiful.
Sunbeams.
Need 'em.
Shoot, I think there was a question there. I can't see it. Hang on.
But for anybody who's doing the sprint, if you're not doing the sprint, it's not too late. Just sign
No,
up.
no.
You can go to savingdinner.com.
Somebody's asking, what is Sprint?
Oh,
savingdinner.com/sprint, and you will get all the information, but we'll tell you about it.
it's a detox. It's basically a 7-day clean it up diet.
Inflammatory buster.
It
diet.
is an inflammatory buster. We've had some amazing results from people losing, you know, we had one gal who lost 25 pounds because she got rid of her edema because of this, and she'd been carrying it around for a long time. We've had people lose 10, 13, 14 pounds in a week. And a lot of it is, and people say, oh, that's just water weight. But let me just tell you what water weight is.
It's inflammation.
Getting rid of that water weight is just as important as getting rid of the fat. And you do go into fat burning mode. It takes about 3 to 4 days to transition. Because when you eat carbohydrates, what happens is that you become a sugar burner. And your body is going to go for the sugar and the glycogen that you store in your liver before it touches your body fat. It's not going to touch your body fat.
It's not going to. And that's one thing we learned in that book, almost 10 years ago that we read. Gary Tobbs' book, Why We Get Fat.
Why We Get Fat, yeah.
Because the carbs that we put in, that's the first that gets burned up.
It is.
And when you're fueling your body with fats and no carbs, with just
and
good
protein
fats and protein and
fiber,
and those 3 things, it changes it all. Totally
does.
changes everything.
Your body then chooses the fuel source, and your fuel source becomes fat. And yes, some fat in your diet, good healthy fat, of course, but your own body fat, which we don't object to
No.
at all. But it can't do that. And I know I get a lot of questions from people saying, but carbohydrates are important. You know, they're an important thing. That is not true. If you never had another carbohydrate, you would not die because it is not essential. Your body, the reason your body needs carbohydrates is because of sugar. But your body can make sugar out of anything. Protein, even fiber. It will make it out of anything. It's the glucose for the cells. And then you switch on the new alternative fuel, which is fat. Your fat.
Well, our bodies are efficiency machines.
They are.
And if you give it carbs, it's going to take the shortest route
Exactly.
to get that energy. It wants energy. Question.
2 questions. One is what's good fiber, and another one is about how much water, I guess. Because she's already drinking water, but wants to know if she should be drinking more because of Sprint. Or
Yeah, for the water, we have, there's an equation, and it's, if you go to savingdinner.com/sprint, you'll see the recommendations in that document that have everything in there for the sprint. But it's essentially your weight divided by 2 equals the ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you're going to be drinking 75 ounces a day. And my recommendation is that you start the day with a good shot of water. I like to do about 10 ounces. Set your alarm, and every hour drink a little bit more, and get it done before dinner, for heaven's sake.
And you don't want to do it after dinner because
yeah.
I just might want to clarify because they're saying someone's mentioning not true. vegetables and fruit are carbohydrates.
Right.
But they're balanced with fiber.
That's right. And we don't do
We don't do
fruits
fruits.
in the sprint.
Sprint.
We just do green things
Because of the sugar?
because we're keeping the carbohydrates down. Yes, you can go. I mean, if you were to go completely without carbs, which that's kind of a carnivore diet, I'm reading about that, and for some people that could be appropriate, but for most people, like 99.9% of us, what we just need to do is just back away from the carbs and keep them extraordinarily
There is some
low.
research that certain blood types people can do better on carnivore diets.
Yeah.
My sister Patty's type O, and she thrives on a carnivore diet.
She doesn't eat anything green
She rarely
and just eats meat.
just eats meat.
Wow.
She forces a salad down every once in a while.
We're starting to get some questions hard and fast here. Someone saying we don't need veggies.
No, we do
We
need
do
veggies.
need veggies.
They're
green leafy
ones.
ones.
Lots of green ones.
Okay.
Lots and lots of green ones. If you go to savingdinner.com/sprint, get the document. It will show you. There's a salad. There's a soup. There's so
There's
many
sprouts.
veggies in this.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Sprouts.
green things. Yes. It's green, though. We concentrate on the green. And the reason we concentrate on the green is because, one, most of us are have a deficit of eating enough green.
Huge deficit.
And that's the nutrition quota. And then the second part of it is that they're very low carb. So we're keeping our carbs extraordinarily low.
I try to keep my carbs at less than 10 grams. Some people like to do 20, 25.
Wow, that's low. But you've mastered it though.
Yeah,
You-
I've been doing it for 15 years
That's
before
right.
it was even a fad.
That's true. You have. And Marla's thing, and I don't know where you are right now with it, but usually what you do is like one meal a day.
Yeah, I haven't eaten today.
You haven't?
No, I'm fasting.
Here she goes.
I
She's
haven't
on it.
eaten since 7 o'clock last night.
There you go. And my recommendation is that you don't go past 24 hours of fasting right now, only because it puts a slight ding in your immune system, and we all need our immune systems on point right now. We just do. I mean, we're in the middle of a pandemic. So that's the recommendation. However, when non-pandemic stuff, you can do a 36, even a 42-hour fast safely. It's also about correcting your hunger hormones, because your hunger hormones, you've got ghrelin and leptin says you're full, and ghrelin is going like this on you, eat, and that's the snack attack. We don't need that.
You got
Oh heck.
stuff's. It was just a leaf.
It's just
Okay.
Mother Nature.
It's not a bug.
No, it's not a bug.
It's not one of those
big hornets.
murder hornets. Who knew that? Like, we need murder hornets right
No.
now.
They're not here.
They're not here.
It skipped through already. Something about apple cider vinegar or lemon with the water. What's the difference? And
Apple cider. Okay, so the difference is lemon, of course, is wonderful and has plenty of vitamin C.
Our lime.
But but apple cider vinegar is a prebiotic. It also helps with digestion. It also helps with heartburn and GERD and all kinds of things. And we've actually had people who are in our sprint group who have gotten rid of heartburn after 20 years of just because of the apple cider vinegar.
I did a test the other day, and Ben was having heartburn. And, you know, when you're on cancer treatment, all kinds of stuff. So I said, okay, I want you to sit up straight, and I want you to practice swallowing hard.
Oh, good.
Do it 3 times. And his heartburn went away immediately.
Interesting. That's because, you know what that is? There are what happens is that we have sphincters throughout, and one of them opens, and then up comes the acid from your stomach. So swallowing causes peristalsis, and so that makes it shut.
Work its way down. It's
Yeah.
like a snake
Yes.
swallowing something. That's what
Yes.
happens in our esophagus.
You and your snakes. Have you ever seen more or less like 8 million pictures of snakes? And each time I'm freaked out.
I love them. I love snakes.
question about being able to fast while she's a diabetic.
You need to speak with your doctor about that.
Because if you're on diabetic medication, that is going to drop your blood sugar artificially. And then when you go fast, you're not putting any fuel in to fight the medication. So the medication is the cure, but when you start taking the cure in your own hands and doing it, your doctor will have to.
You might have an adjustment in your medication, but I would still recommend not snacking and going at least 12 hours. That's the recommendation, and it's safe. So if you eat at 7 o'clock at night, that's your last meal, and then you don't eat anything until 7 a.m., you'll be fine. That 12-hour fast is good for everyone. Going beyond that, though, if you are a type 2 diabetic, especially if you're type 1 diabetic, you really need to talk to your doctor.
You need to talk to your doctor anyway, so give them a call.
Yeah.
Okay, and someone made the comment about, Nancy made the comment about vinegar with the mother in it, and someone
Yes.
else is asking, Sarah wants to know about how much water apple cider ratio to do.
Okay, so the recommendation...
Let's tell them what mother is.
First of all, yes, the mother means that's the stuff that tells you that it's alive.
It's fermented.
It's the fermentation. It is basically the mothership in the apple cider vinegar, and it's on the bottom. You want organic apple cider vinegar because apples are really heavily sprayed, and so you want that, and you also want it with the mother. You can shake it up a little bit if you want to. You don't have to. However you want to deal with it. 1 tablespoon to about 8 to 10 ounces of water. Now, here's the thing. For some people that's too strong, then I say dilute it even further and do 20 ounces of water. Have a separate water bottle with the apple cider vinegar in it. And if it's even, you can't handle it at all, then maybe a couple of drops of stevia, although I'd rather, or you can pinch your nose and down the hatch. But I don't want to torture anyone, you know? I
No.
mean,
You don't taste it. If you plug your nose, you don't taste it.
That's true.
Until after you're done, and take your fingers off your nose.
Well, and we've come up with lots of little ways to do it. You can put a slice of lime in it or a slice of lemon in it, and you can
sparkling water.
put it in sparkling water, or you can have it over the rocks.
We did that.
We've done that,
Yeah.
and we really like it that way because it's festive.
It's a cocktail.
Yeah, without having a cocktail.
Yep, that's what we call it. And honestly, it is cheap, it's easy to do, and it's such a good, as a matter of fact, we've got people who, this has become a habit. 20 minutes before they have a meal, they do the apple cider vinegar. It also helps with your appetite and cravings. It's amazing stuff.
You putting water in your tummy, and that's going to keep you from being, what's the ghrelin? I want to eat.
I want to eat.
It's going to fill you up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Any
What
more
else?
questions?
Not questions. Someone made someone said that the apple cider vinegar and plain iced tea is also good, but there was a statement here
Wow.
from someone saying, see Angela, be careful though it can lower blood pressure. So if you have low blood
It can lower blood pressure. The amount we're doing is
And the people we're working with, most of us have high blood pressures because of the edema, the swelling that we have in our bodies.
Yeah. Part of it is too, and this is something that I say to everybody. If you are taking any kind of a medication, obviously check with your doctor. But also, become a student of that medication and know what the contraindications are and the side effects are and what's going to influence it so that you are an expert on your own body and your own medications. That's super important. This is how we become our own advocates when we're in the doctor's office.
This is how we can stand up to our doctors when we need to.
Because sometimes they need standing up to.
Yeah.
Right?
And I don't mind. I don't really argue with my doctor. I love my doctor,
She's
but
wonderful.
she, I tell her my research. I've given her my books. She's read our books.
That's good.
And she says, "Okay, I'll go along with what you're doing. It seems to be working." And she gets the blood work. She knows.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole thing. Because, what we're looking at here is, obviously we want to lose, the belly fat. We want to lose that. And we also want to get our blood tests so that when our blood tests come back, we're really happy about it. That's the indicator of what's going on with your health.
Right now, I'm not too keen on going to
No.
the lab to get the blood test done. There's just too many people there, and I'd rather
too
wait.
exposed.
Yeah, and I can't do it at her office because they can't hit my veins. So I just want to wait. I
Yeah.
just want to wait, and a lot of us are waiting. Now, she did let me know that they have the antibodies test.
Oh.
They have 500 of them.
Wow.
And as soon as they get approved to utilize them, that we can go
There
do the
are some. I sent you a link for the antibodies test. I've got some people in my wellness circle who are doing the antibodies test. The problem is how effective are they? We don't know. But
I just thought this morning there's a bunch of tests, and maybe when they get more plentiful, right now,
yes,
we need the people to know, the ones that have been sick that have had the virus, they need to be tested to make sure they have the antibodies, so we can use their blood serum. But other than that, once we get 2 or 3, we'll try a series of tests to see if we've had it, and if they're all
I haven't
negative.
been sick, so I know.
I was sick last
and
April.
You were, yes.
With last April, but that was
actually March because you couldn't go to.
It was Patty's wedding was in April.
Wedding. Oh, her wedding was
April 19th.
Okay.
So it's been a year since I've been sick with anything, and before that it was almost 10 years before I was sick with anything. The last time I remember,
you had bronchitis too, didn't you?
It hit fast and hard, so I don't know what it was, and
it knocked you for a loop.
I never get knocked for a loop. So, and Justin thinks he had something in December, and he can trace it back to California.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, they're finding that they had cases way back.
So back to our sprint. We got questions?
No, your phone has just switched over to some dialogue now. It's a screen of text. I don't know if you're still broadcasting somewhere on another screen behind it, but they did that all on its own. Still there. Okay.
We're still there?
Yeah,
She's
you
still
just
there.
have to push that button.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
All right, back to the
Didn't
sprint.
want to mess with it.
It was taking dictation.
That's what it looked like. Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah.
But it just switched by itself.
Hilarious.
Sometimes Siri does that to me.
Go away, Siri.
What is SIBO? SIBO? Because if you have it, apparently it gives you heartburn.
It's small intestine bacterial overgrowth. And that is a controversial malady. I have a doctor friend, as a matter of fact, my thyroid doctor, who says it's not a thing. And then yet I have somebody, one of my NutriCoaches has it. So, I mean, I have all these, all this stuff. Basically, it's like having candida. It's overgrowth of bacteria, not the good kind. And what you're looking to do is balance things. You're not supposed to have probiotics, for example, because it ends up becoming bad. It's a weird kind of a disease. So yes, it can cause heartburn, and it presents differently with different people. And so if you have SIBO and you're under a doctor's care, anything that you do, you really should be speaking with your doctor about it before you start.
They might need a poop transplant.
It's true.
It's true.
Those fecal transplants are amazing. I would not hesitate to do that in a minute.
But not right now.
Not now. I don't want your fecal.
And you only take it from a person you trust. So
well, yeah. They have ways of doing
but
that.
But that's getting the good bacteria into your gut.
Right.
Because gut bacteria is so important to our overall health.
It is the good guys. And there's a constant battle. I'm actually going to do a whole webinar on this because I think the education of our health, our understanding how to heal a leaky gut and how to keep it well is so critical, because 70% of our immune system is in our gut. So if we don't have good gut health, if we have like SIBO, or if we have indigestion, or if we have bloating, or if we just don't feel good when we eat, that's all indicative of things going on in the gut that need fixing.
When I had my gallbladder removed in 1990, they pump you full of antibiotics. And the yeast infection I got, which is bad bacteria having a big party, was worse than the gallbladder surgery.
Oh, I can imagine.
And I've only had antibiotics once since then.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've ever had antibiotics, period,
This is the one thing about the coronavirus that I think is a blessing in disguise. Antibiotics don't fix it. So we're not pumping people full of antibiotics unless they get the viral pneumonia, and I don't know what they do there.
Well, if they get viral pneumonia, it's viral, and antibiotics won't touch
Won't
the
touch
virus.
it either. So
No, bacterial pneumonia is a completely different thing.
And
So-
that's what older
We have the two cameras. This one's coming off of Leanne's. The lady with the red top. I swear she's famous. An actress?
There
Kathy
it is
Bates.
again.
Kathy Bates.
There it is,
There
yeah.
it is. Her real identity's known now.
Oh, yeah, it is. That is.
Kathy will play me in my movie.
That's Marla Silly, the fly lady. If you don't know who Marla is, you've got to get to know who Marla is. Marla and I are the 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Marla helps people get their houses cleaned up, and I help you get dinner on the table.
And together, we can help you lose body clutter.
That's right, because we wrote the Body Clutter book in 2005. It was
We
published
wrote it in 4.
Did we really?
It went to press in 2005.
yeah,
In October. Got picked up by Simon Schuster
Simon and Schuster.
in January.
January 2017, right? No, I mean 2007.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So we sold it for a year, and then they begged us.
they begged us. Yeah, well, we're working on the next one, so
Hey,
it's coming. It's coming.
pandemic and cancer and all kinds of stuff has put a
Oh, it's put a dent in
yeah.
it.
But we've learned a lot of things.
We sure
We've
have.
learned a lot of things. So
We have. We've learned a lot along the way. For
it's,
sure.
it's good. We have to look for the blessings. So the blessings in the coronavirus is we're all not being pumped full of antibiotics.
That's right. And the other thing is the earth is healing. You know, you've seen all those pictures.
Look how clear it is.
Look
today.
at how clear. I mean, yeah. Beautiful.
It wasn't clear yesterday.
Well, no.
So most of the haze that we get here has to do with plants, coal burning plants in Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
That's
I did not
where
know
the
that.
blue haze comes from. But we didn't have that many years ago. It's always had a blue haze of some kind or another.
Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful view. We have a similar view. We're up the other side of the mountain.
Right over there.
Right over there. Yep. We've looked to see if we could see each other's houses. And
We've
can't.
shined lights up into the air at night. We've
We're
done
like kids.
We just want to put a zip line from your porch
Oh,
to my
man,
front
because
porch.
we are really, as the crow flies, aren't we like 2 miles away or something?
We're less than that.
Yeah, I
we're
like
about a
1.2 miles away. But we have to go over the river and through
Through
the
the
woods
wood, yeah.
to get here. Yep, down the whole thing. So I guess we should wrap up. Look at us in our little matching.
Matchy, matchy.
We should wrap up. So I'm going to just say this. If you're not a part of the sprint, it's not too late.
No.
Just think green, think bone broth if you've got it. And
Portion control.
portion control. I brought a mindful mug for Marla. And just the mindful mug is just to get you to the place of being mindful about the meal that you're about to eat. So that you think about the portions, think about chewing. Marla and I race when we eat. We're like fast eaters. I think it's from being a mother. You know?
Yeah.
You have to eat fast.
And Robert and Mark
Are slow. And so we pace
savor the
ourselves.
moment.
We pace ourselves with you guys. You guys don't even know that, but we do that.
we've talked about it. Yeah.
So that's what a mindful mug does. It just reminds you to slow down, to be grateful about the meal you're about to have portions that are normal sized portions, and then to have that mindful meal and enjoy it, and then be satisfied from it. Not full, satisfied.
Is
Question?
there a place to learn about Sprint with having stomach issues?
Well, I mean, I don't know what your stomach issues are, but you can find out. Go to savingdinner.com/sprint. And then whatever stomach issues you have, bring that, ask your doctor and say, would this plan be okay with my stomach issues? That's the way I would do it, for sure.
Mark, just be careful when we sign off.
Mhm.
Just hit finish and nothing else, because there's something I have to do after.
Yeah.
So save it to my phone.
I can't get to your screen until I take it off the stand.
Okay.
But you're good.
Good. So this show today, as we simulcast, is in lieu of my 1 o'clock show that was normally happening like right now.
We probably need to go over a little bit.
Just
for
over a
one
little
of-
bit so that
just
everybody knows.
So that everybody
Yeah, they're probably
is coming
going,
in. Where
"What's
is
happening?"
she? Where is she?
Yeah.
She's been live for 35 minutes already.
Go back and catch the replay.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
back and catch the replay. But we just, you know what? We wanted to get, well, first of all, we wanted to get together because it's been a long
months.
hibernation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've both been in, I think, about the same time. Because I think I could look up my phone and find out when I got.
Mine was March the 14th.
Mine was, I think, a week earlier than that. Because we stopped going to the gym as the news started to come in and everything. And I was like, oh, something's really
And you
going
just
on.
signed back up for the gym.
I know. I was so annoyed because I was making such progress and everything. And of course, while we were all sheltered in and we had the time and we weren't going anywhere, I have the phone app for our gym. Did I do it? No.
No.
I didn't. I did the 4-minute workout though, and go check out the 4-minute workout. That's also on the Sprint, and it's an easy thing to do, gets things moving, and it does what it needs to do. So check that out. We have that to go with, but we're also moving in May. Hello.
Yep. I don't know where it is. It's out there.
Is that
somewhere.
affiliated or is
That
that?
is.
Okay.
I don't know where it is.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yep. It's close. Anyway, folks, I'll be back on at 3 for tea time, and
Yep.
I'll have my mindful mug and remind everybody about the Sprint, and we're getting things done.
We are. We're getting things done, and some of that is we're removing some body clutter. We're moving it out. We're gonna lose it.
And moving it out of
Forever.
here.
Totally.
Because I have been on a sourdough bread. I wanted to learn something new. And so my daughter-in-law was doing sourdough bread, and I ordered 50 pounds of flour. And we've used it all.
Holy cow!
I split it with her and bought her more. Thank goodness it hadn't come back here yet. I haven't gotten.
No.
But she's making bad. Her was there. So the two of them together were just going wild with sourdough bread.
Wow.
I don't have as much luck with the sourdough as I do with just yeast.
Well, we know what it does.
We do know what it does. So I took everything.
I know.
all
I
the
saw
bread,
that. It's all gone.
I just
it
I
away.
put it in the food processor and made breadcrumbs, which
Amen.
I'll probably throw away.
Yeah, because we've got pork rinds for that.
Yes, I've got a freezer full of pork
And I'm
rinds.
going to start pulling out some. I have a recipe for. Have you heard of chaffles before? Made with almond meal or almond flour and mozzarella cheese, and you have this like small little waffle maker. It's so cute, and that's your buns for like a hamburger. Is that not the best idea? Look
Tulip.
who's here! The star of the show. Hi, baby.
Tulip, come here.
She's wet.
I know. She's been in the pond.
She's a wet little
She's
pond
a wet
dog.
puppy. Oh, goodness, you're awful. So, Emily makes eggs with those little waffle makers.
Oh,
She does eggs in them and uses the eggs as the sandwich.
that's a good idea too.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to have some good stuff coming around because we have decided that carbs just aren't our friend.
They never are. And when we go down that slippery slope,
You just keep going.
but this keeps building.
Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, we're
It's
done
like a
with
snowball.
it. It is a snowball.
And it just keeps one layer after another. So we're on the Sprint, and
we're clearing the decks, man.
yeah, we are.
We're clearing the decks.
And this is our deck.
This is your deck.
Yeah, this looks like the deck of a ship, like the Titanic. Look, we could do the Titanic.
Oh yeah. Nah, maybe not.
No. Anyway,
All right,
folks,
everybody. Thanks for joining us today.
see you later.
Bye.